So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Usually I record myself playing Townscaper and then post it, and then that's the video basically. But today I want to do something new and go inside my YouTube studio dashboard so you can see kind of what it looks like from my perspective, the YouTube analytics behind the scenes. In the process of starting my channel, I've tried to research different ways to get basically more views in my videos and to expand my audience. And I'm only at the very beginning process of that right now. I have 30 subscribers, which, by the way, shout out to my 31 subscribers. And when I was starting this channel about a week ago, I think that I would have appreciated an inside look at the analytics for a small channel like mine. So that's what we're going to do today. Right here, when I click on videos, I can see all the videos that I've posted. I've used this YouTube channel for other things before, just personal videos for school and stuff. And so I'm not going to show what those are, but those are kind of down here. They're private now. They didn't really get any views. In total, I got 1 subscriber from those videos. So those really, I don't think, have had a significant effect on the way my channel has performed in the past week and a half. Really is dependent on these, I think it's like 10 videos maybe right here. So my very first video was this 2-part series in Townscaper where I tried to make the largest city possible. Now, it's kind of funny looking at this now because every city I make is the exact same size as the city was. But I just called it the largest city possible because that was the first time I built all the way to the edge of the map. But now it's just pretty much a standard for my channel. The only videos where I didn't build to the edge of my map were my Heaven, Hell, and Aliens series. So I posted this first video. Let's see the analytics of it. I posted this first video, and this is actually probably the most interesting video to see just because it has the most views, so you can see the most facts about it. YouTube won't publish a lot of the statistics about your videos until it gets to a critical mass of views. So once you get past a certain point of views, or once the video has been out for a certain number of days, there are still some things that I don't know. For example, age and gender. They just don't have enough demographic data about my viewers to tell me reliable information about what age they are, what gender they are. But the other things I do know. So let's start with the very basic views. So the way I got to this point was in the first hour after publishing the video, I texted a couple of my friends to watch it, so you can see the very little spike. I mean, it's so small at the very tail beginning of this day. Those are my friends watching this video in the first 2 hours, just to be nice, basically. A lot of them didn't watch through the whole thing, and I can tell because the average view time was very short then. But it kind of got my channel off to a start, so I'm very grateful for those people. Then I think because of those initial few views, YouTube started giving impressions to people. So an impression is when your video shows up on someone's page, the thumbnail, clickable thumbnail, shows up anywhere. It's kind of created an impression on them, and then they have the option of either clicking on that video or not clicking on that video. So in the first video, I've gotten 1.4K impressions so far, but a lot less views, about 300 views. So a minority of people who see the thumbnail for my video end up clicking on that video. What happened was in the first 2 days, my video was doing really well. I got 86 views in that period of time, now about 90 views. And then over the course of the next 2 days, it declined pretty significantly. It only went to 120. So in the first 2 days, it went up 90. In the second 2 days, it went up 30. In the third 2 days, how did it go up? It went up 20. But then suddenly, I don't know why this started happening, but YouTube started recommending my video to people. And I can tell that because my impressions went up during this period. I originally thought that it was a tweet that was causing this bump in my views here because I wasn't looking at my impressions, and because that was the first time when I was able to see that let's see, so 7% of the views for this video came from Twitter. I assumed that it was a tweet that caused this bump, but in hindsight, I don't actually have any evidence for that. Then my video kind of flattened out again, both in terms of impressions and views. And then suddenly, once again this afternoon, YouTube, or maybe more this evening, this afternoon, YouTube randomly started recommending my video again. I can't really tell what's first. It's kind of like chicken or the egg. Is it the views that are driving the impressions, or the impressions that are driving the views? I can't really tell. I mean, I think it's probably the impressions that are driving the views. But it looks like YouTube is recommending my video kind of in spurts like this. And then I can go a little deeper and see what are the features of YouTube that are causing this bump. So it's browse features, which includes just the video basically showing up on people's dashboards. And so you can see there's a huge, huge bump today from 2 to 3 p.m. Again, I really don't know why this is the case. I wasn't promoting it in any specific way. Okay, so then when we go down, or when we go over to reach and traffic source, we can see where people are coming from. Most people are coming from YouTube search. That makes sense. They're typing in things like Townscaper and finding my video. A lot of people are coming from external, and specifically within external, you can see most of those people are from Reddit. So every time I make a video, I post it on Reddit just to get more views and to get it out there to people who are interested in Townscaper. I just post it on the Townscaper Reddit page. Apart from that, I don't really understand a lot of where the external views are coming from. Now let's go to my channel overall. So my channel was really, really increasing fast in the first few days. This initial bump was due to just my family and friends subscribing, maybe telling their friends to watch my videos. Nothing really happened here. And then I got a second boost, which was when the YouTube algorithm started recommending that first video to a lot of people. Even though I have 10 videos, my first video really is the one that drives my viewership the most, my overall viewership the most, just because that has the most views. I think it has double the amount of views as the next most one. So I don't know exactly why YouTube identifies that one as the best video in my portfolio, but that is that. And then for some reason, after this Saturday, my views plummeted. My watch time per day plummeted. I think this is partially because I started posting the first of 4 videos in my 4-part series, Hell, Heaven, Hell, and Aliens, which I thought would be kind of a big hit because the thumbnails are really good and it's kind of an eye-catching title, Heaven, Hell, and Aliens. But for some reason, those videos are not doing well. Those videos are these 4 right here, starting with Hell, Earth, Heaven, and Aliens, and where you can see the previous videos all got, 192, my greatest is 295, 68, or excuse me, 92. Then my Heaven, Hell, and Aliens series gets like 68, 43, 16, 16. So I think that the reason for this is that when people see part 3 in a YouTube video, they just don't click it because they don't want to come into the middle of a story. They don't know what the story is. They would rather just kind of do something more complete. Like they would rather click on a video like this where it has a beginning and an end and it's just itself one single video. So no one really ended up clicking on these, which is fine. And a lot of my analytics are still probably processing for these 2 most recent videos. So I don't exactly know where the views are coming from yet. Then for this next series, I tried to go a little bit more conventional, posting not a 4-part series, but a 2-part series where each of the parts is just significantly longer and each of the parts is more contained. So in each of these videos, I basically build one half of the map in a full developed city and compare 2 different styles of development. This video I posted earlier this morning. I finished the video last night. It was rendering overnight because I had to use a hotspot because my power is still out from the hurricane or from the tropical storm. So it took a while, but this morning it was finished, and so I uploaded it this morning, and already in one morning it has gotten more views than part 2 of my Heaven, Hell, and Alien series had in the past 3 days, which I just think is really interesting more than anything. I'm still in this initial stage of making YouTube videos, so I really don't get offended when my videos don't do that well. I kind of see it as a learning opportunity to make better videos in the future and kind of understand what types of things people want to click on. I was expecting a lot of people to click on this Olympics video just because it's a pretty strong concept, because a lot of people are familiar with the fact that the Olympics got canceled. It's a very specific concept, and the thumbnail I think is actually really good because you can actually see the build that I have in that video. But for some reason, it did not get a ton of clicks, and that's okay. Now, it seems like a couple of people have their post notifications turned on for my videos because immediately I will get a lot of comments on my videos pretty much as soon as I post them. So already, even though I only posted this video probably 20 minutes ago, it already has 4 comments on it. Like this guy. Thank you, Mally. I don't know if you follow me. I can't really see the names of my followers because they're private, but thank you very much for this compliment. So I try to reply to all my my YouTube comments. I read every single one, and if anyone has any input or anything about my channel, I will definitely read it because I have nothing else to do apart from my full-time job, but who cares about that, right? Why are my videos so entertaining and chill? I got a comment earlier of somebody suggesting that I should do an aqueduct, which I think is a really great idea. And so in my next video, I think I might want to do like a volcano, Pompeii type of thing, and I can have an aqueduct going through that city. I think my daily views recently have really been driven down by the lack of success of my Alien series. I started posting them on Sunday. I got a peak here, but that was because people were watching my first video, not the most recent video. And then I've kind of continued the decline here. So I'm hoping that the new series that I posted, the 2-part series, will get a little bit more engagement. When people come to my page from external sources, they really frequently come from Reddit. So every day I post my video on the Townscaper Reddit page just with like a friendly title or something and a link so people can directly watch it through the Reddit app. I don't understand how anybody is watching my videos through Google Hangouts. I don't really know what Google Hangouts is, but I've gotten 2 views from them and they watch for very little time. So, I mean, I guess thank you for the view, but that's kind of that source. And then weirdly, I get this kind of thing where I get 1 view from, I don't even know what that means, com.rubenmaeo.reddit. So you can see pretty clearly that the chief external source of my YouTube views are from Reddit. Weirdly though, my Reddit posts have gotten a lot less popular in recent days. I think people are probably sick of it because I'm like one of 5 people who post on that Reddit page, and they're probably sick of watching my stupid notification pop up every single day. My viewers come from mostly the United States, but also the UK and now Canada. Obviously, these numbers don't add up to 100, and I think that's because I have viewers who are spread out across the world, but there aren't enough of them for YouTube to give me analytics on them. I don't know what the number is, the threshold that a country has to reach for YouTube to tell me that there's a viewer from there. I think it's probably maybe to protect people's privacy. Like if I know that I have a friend in Switzerland or something, and Switzerland pops up here and it has 1 view, 2 views, 3 views, I can pretty much guarantee that those views are coming from that friend. And YouTube probably doesn't want me to deduce exactly who's watching my video and where. So they wait for the number to become high enough that any individual person is kind of abstracted in the data. So roughly 60% of my viewers, it looks like, come from the US, UK, and Canada. Also, my viewers are vastly male, which I think is interesting. I don't know why females are not really into my videos, but yeah. So what's up, guys? Okay, so for my overall channel, I am able to see viewer age, which is good. I have not been able to see this in the past, actually. This is the first time I'm able to see this graph. I couldn't see it for my first video, the largest city possible video, because I think that it hasn't got enough views, but my channel in aggregate does have enough views for YouTube to feel comfortable disclosing who my viewers are. I'm surprised that I'm getting views from people 35 to 44, just because the only people who I've recommended my videos to are my young friends and my parents who are over here, not in this age group. So they're a perfect example of somebody who does watch my videos, but there aren't enough of people in that age group to show up in my views tab. So now I can compare the different videos that I have in my account so you can see the relationship between impressions and views. So it's pretty clear that the videos that get the most impressions also get the most views. I think this is a self-reinforcing cycle because when more people watch the video, YouTube identifies it as a popular video and then they go and recommend it to even more people. So this makes total sense to me. But what's interesting is that there isn't necessarily a strong correlation between the impressions click-through rate and my views. So the impressions click-through rate is the amount of times that a user will click on my video when they see it on their page. So that means that 12% of the time when this video, The Largest City Possible, shows up on someone's page, they end up clicking on it. What's interesting is that even though a video like my Olympic Campus video has a really, really low impressions click-through rate for whatever reason, I guess people don't like that thumbnail, it still has a lot of views. So I'm interested to kind of see where those views are coming from. It doesn't really seem like the impressions click-through rate has a huge impact on my overall video views, because videos that do super badly, like the Heaven and Hell and Aliens videos, have they actually have an above average click-through rate compared to my overall YouTube channel. So this right here is a great graph, I think, because you can see the general lifetime of one of my videos. Where I post it, I posted these two videos, the red line and the blue line. I posted my Largest City Possible Part 1 and my Largest City Possible Part 2 at the same time. They each got, a bump on the first day. Maybe that bump lasted into the second day, maybe it didn't, but then both of them declined. Then, for some reason, on yesterday or a few days ago, I got, as I mentioned earlier, a ton of recommendations on my very first video, but that is a total anomaly. Usually my videos just do the peak on the first day or two, and then they decline and kind of stay constant after that. You can see that this green video, my cult video, again, peaked the first day, and then gets constant after that. It does get a little boost because it's the video that's recommended after my Townscaper Largest City Possible video, so I think that's why it trends up right here. But otherwise it follows the trend of peaking and then kind of flattening out. And then this orange video here is my Split City video. Same thing, peaks, flattens out. That one's totally unaffected by the spike right here. Purple video, which one's that? The Olympic Campus, yeah, same thing, peak, flatten out. So I can kind of see the strength of each video based off of its peak. So I want to be clear that I'm not trying to impress anybody with this YouTube account. I really have a small YouTube account, and not that many people watch my videos compared to most YouTube accounts, but I think that there's a lot of content on YouTube about how to start a YouTube channel from big YouTubers who will show you their analytics, and all their analytics are like, 5 million views and crazy things like that, and that's not super relevant for someone who's just starting out, like me. So I hope this video is relevant to you. So if there's any questions that you want me to answer about my YouTube analytics, please feel free to just message it in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'll probably make more of these videos in the future if my channel continues to grow, just so I can keep you guys updated as to kind of what the behind the scenes approach is to me making my videos. And also feel free to comment on this video a long time after I posted it. I see every comment that comes through my YouTube channel. I get a notification on my phone. I immediately open my phone, check it out, maybe respond. And so if it's been a month since this video has gone by and you still want to know something, feel free to just comment it, and I definitely will see that comment because I go through all my comments even on my old videos. Oh, and I should also mention playlists. So in order to increase the traffic on my series videos, I will make a playlist for them. Let me see if I can get some statistics on my playlists. Okay, so only one of my playlists has gotten really any traction. Any of my series playlists has gotten any traction, and that's my Heaven, Hell, and Alien series. I think that's just because it's a 4-part series, so people want to watch it in the context of a playlist. Also, the playlist is what I posted on Reddit. I didn't post the individual videos, I just posted the link to the playlist as a whole. So I think that a lot of my external views for those videos are coming in through this playlist. I only have 6 views for this playlist, so it's clearly not driving a ton of my viewership, but it is a non-negligible amount of people when you compare it to the amount of views that I get on those videos. So these are the different search terms that my Townscaper video will come up in. Clearly, the number one search term by far is just Townscaper. People who want to find Townscaper videos will Google Townscaper and find my videos. Then beneath that, I've people searching the hashtag Townscaper. And then this one's interesting, procedural generation. So it doesn't look like anyone's actually watched my video off of seeing this, which is kind of confusing. I'm thinking that maybe my video came up as a suggested video for somebody who looked up procedural generation. And I think that the reason for this is that all of my videos use the key term procedural generation in the caption. So I have a standard caption for all my videos that describe the game a little bit that use this exact phrase, procedural generation. So it's interesting that it would come up under the procedural generation search. So clearly YouTube pays attention to what you have in your caption area. So that is my video on my YouTube analytics. I hope that if you're a small YouTuber, you got a kick out of it. And if you're not a YouTuber, you just got kind of an interesting insight into what a YouTube channel looks like from the outside. Obviously, I'm trying to make my YouTube channel as successful as possible. So I really do appreciate when people subscribe, when they like my videos, when they comment, just because it gets them out to more people. And it's just kind of a fun cycle where I can engage with more people. So if you can, like my videos, comment on them, recommend them to your friends. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you in the next video.